Hello, my name is Marcelo Figueroa, and I will be explaining in this short video the topic of this week, which was WTO principles of the trading system. This was a topic that we have been discussing over the past couple of weeks, and in here I have my notes, so if I once in a while take a look at them, excuse me for that. But let's start by saying that the World Trade Organization agreements are complex and lengthy, but this is what they're built up upon. They're built up upon agreements that ensures that free trade or safe trade between international parties is to be effected, involving telecommunications, government purchases, agriculture, textiles, clothing, everything regarding whatever trade you want to make with another country. They will have an agreement, or they can provide the facilities to build up an agreement in between countries. So the first principle is the trade without discrimination, which is divided into two key points. The first one is called Most Favored Nation, MFN, by its initials, treating other people equally. And this states that under the WTO agreements, countries can't discriminate between their trading partners, although there are some exceptions. For example, countries are able to set up a free trade agreement that can apply to goods traded within the group, or they can provide special access to developing countries to their specific markets. Since, for example, United States, that is a first world country, can provide a third world country special access or special tariffs upon its market. The second key point in this first principle is the national treatment, treating foreigners and locals equally, which is very straightforward. Foreigners and locals are treated equally, meaning import and local produced goods are to be treated equally, and the same should apply to foreign and domestic services. The second principle now is free trade gradually through negotiation, which means basically lowering trade barriers to encourage trade and opening trade markets to every single country that wants to be a part of this free trade or part of the WTO. Predictability through binding and transparency is the third principle, where investment is encouraged with stability and predictability. Jobs are created so consumers can fully enjoy the benefits of competition. And the second to last principle is promoting fair competition. The WTO is sometimes described as free trade, as a free trade institution, but this is not entirely accurate since the system allows tariffs and, in some circumstances, other forms of protection. More accurately, WTO is a system of rules dedicated to open and fair trade competition, not specifically free trade, but an open, fair trade. And the last but not less important principle, encouraging development and economic reform. It is well known that the WTO system contributes to development. On the other hand, developing countries need flexibility in time, and the time they take to implement arguments. This basically means that developing countries can and most surely will require more amount of time to accomplish said agreements, but whichever help they can get is very useful from other countries, which are obviously not developing countries. These were the four principles of the WTO, and I hope it was a bit more clear than it was a moment ago. Thank you.